So what we need is some feedback at this point, because when we click like, we are not seeing the feedback even though the like has actually happened. So in order to get that feedback, we're going to come down here. Let's go to post.php and see how let's start with the like button itself. We will ignore that thing below that says you liked this post for now. So I'm going to go to the link. Now inside the link, what we have is this echo here. Okay. Now the contents of this echo are coming from in here. So the row of the likes here, this is let's see, okay, so the issue here is that we are getting this data from the current post. Now the problem is when we go to our ajax.php, like.ajax.php, we do not have the, or do we do not have the post ID in there. Oh, actually we do. Get ID. Right, so we do have the post ID in there, like post. Okay, so this is great. So we have the post ID. So all we need to do is check the number of likes in that post and we'll be good to go. So if I go to my classes here in the post class, so this is the post class, there is one part that says, if I'm not mistaken, there's get posts, and then there's get comments, and then there's get likes. Is it there? Okay, there we go. So there's get likes right here. So what does it need? It needs the ID and the type of item that it is, and then it will bring us what does it return? It returns likes is equal to JSON decode. Okay, result likes. Okay, so it's returning an array of likes. That's what it's doing. Okay, so what we're going to do is use the same get likes here, copy, and then I'll come back here to likes.ajax. So at the very end here, once we are done with everything, so I just have to make sure that I'm inside this if statement so that I know that get ID exists. Okay. All right, so at this point, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to say read likes. Okay. So all I'll do is get likes like that, and I'm going to assign this to likes is equal to. So likes is equal to get likes and type. So at this point, I have get type there, and then I have get ID, like so. Okay, so the ID and the type, so I should get some likes here. Let me save this. So just to confirm, let us print readable likes. So let me click. So there's a fatal error, code to undefined function get likes. Oh, sorry, I forgot to instantiate this. It's supposed to be post. Wait, there's this part here. Post is equal to new post. So instead of instantiating it again, what I can do is do it from the very top there, so that it's available to everyone that wants to use it. So I'll put it here, put the arrow, and we are golden, I hope. There we go. Click, and it's an empty array. Good. And click now, and there's something in there. So great. We can see now that it's actually showing something. So that's the number of likes right there. So all I need to do now is to make sure that I return a what do you call this, a JSON data. So to do that, I will say return. Actually, not there. What I will say is likes count is equal to count likes, just like that. Count likes. So yeah, likes count, that's the one. So if we echo this at the end of the day, so we see 0 likes, 1 like, 0, 1. So it's working very, very well. Okay, so now the thing is, because we might be returning more than just the like, you know, I could have loved to just echo this like here, and because I'm getting the 0 and 1 and just put it in there, but it's better to be future proof. So we should know that in future we may want to add more data. So instead we're going to use a JSON encode. So what I will do is say likes count here. How do I do this? Count likes. So what I'll do is I'll create an empty object first. So I'll say, I'll just call it obj. Obj is equal to, so I want to set this into an empty. In JavaScript you do this to create an empty object, but PHP is a little different. I'll create an array instead, like so. But what I will do is actually to create an array in PHP is like this. This is an empty array, right? So that's easier, but then I can say object at the beginning like so. So this is an empty object now. Very good. So now I can just add some stuff to this object by just putting the arrow like this. So I'll say object likes is equal to count likes. So I can move these guys here and remove that. But I want to add more than that. I want to add also the action. Action is equal to, we have to return that same action, like post. So this is what we are doing, like underscore post. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that we return that favor. So the likes, the number of likes, the actions, and so we can add something else. Like for example, we will need to add this part that says you like this post, or you and others like this post. So that's coming next. So we'll add it here with ease. So then now I can just echo the obj. But the obj is not is an object. So instead I will say JSON encode. So every time you want to send JSON data, you encode it. When you receive JSON data, you decode it. So this is what we are getting here. So let me come down back to post.php and let's see what we are receiving. So at this point, I can just click like that. This is what we are receiving now. Likes 0, action like post, click, likes 1, action like post. So this is more organized data like this. This is very nice. Okay, so now we're receiving the data that we want. So let's go back to post.php and let's examine this situation right here. So this is the part that we are responding to. So the important thing is we need to know which like button we clicked, and so we can replace its inner HTML here. And the inner HTML was created with this right there. Okay, so let me copy this, even though it's PHP. Let's come down here and let's imagine for a second how we can know which object was clicked. So there's response here which goes to this response right there. So I want us to know exactly where to send that that result.